Hi there, so it finished 2-2 today against Tottenham. I've got 3 Arsenal fans and 1 Tottenham fan here with me right now.
Yeah.
So let's start with
3 Arsenal fans. You got 2 Arsenal fans and 1 Newcastle fan.
And a Spurs.
Okay, cool. So we got a neutral, got 2 Arsenal fans and a Tottenham fan. We'll make a nice, really nice
start with
interview.
the Arsenal fans and way around.
Yeah, please. God.
Hey, here's the basics. No basics like if you cannot win, don't lose it. We didn't lose it today. We didn't lose it.
That second goal, we gifted them. We gifted them the second goal.
Jorginho.
And then we scored in the first half. And then we just soaked up the pressure and we let them come on to us, It was a poor showing in the last 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes of the first half was poor.
Do you think it was tiredness from the Champions League game there, the week off?
I hate to blame like tiredness in Champions League games because we done so well last year to get in the Champions League. I don't want to moan about the Champions League this year because we're in it now, and I want to embrace that. But it's weird, but like you had Declan Rice go off, you had Jesus go off, you had Saka go off. I don't mind 2-2. 2-2's fine. I will take 2-2. I will take 2-2.
Yeah.
Okay. As a neutral, your thoughts on the game?
To be honest, I thought Spurs probably edged the game. To be honest,
Enough to win it.
maybe not enough to edge it, like to win it. But I thought Spurs, if we're gonna say who's gonna be the better team in the draw, I'd probably say Spurs. To me, honestly,
Jesus should have scored.
So I would probably say it's probably an even 2-2 draw.
Well, this is what I think. Tottenham had 3 chances, they scored 2. And Son is the worst player, scored 2. He was the worst player for Tottenham.
I wouldn't say the worst player.
But I was like, he didn't even touch the ball. He touched the ball twice. He scored twice. And 90 minutes.
Sign of quality.
No sign.
In my opinion, this is what I think.
He's just missing Kane. He's just missing Kane.
Right. In terms of the game overall, Spurs will come away. They'll be happy. We should have actually won that game.
Oh, what do you mean, What do you mean, B?
Spurs should have won that game.
What do you mean, B?
Arsenal, in the last 10 to 15 minutes, it was all Arsenal's attack. Reason being, Spurs took off Maddison and Son and had absolutely no outball, no threat. So what happened was that last 15 minutes was always going to be all Arsenal. But in terms of controlling the game, Spurs are there. Spurs are 3 months into the Ange way of doing things. Arsenal are 4 years into their project.
There's one thing that
you put us in 3 or 4 years' time, we'll be walking games like
Tony,
this.
good point.
We'll win every single game.
The one thing I will say about Spurs, your 2 centre midfielders, Sarr and Basuma, I thought were class. I really thought they were really good. They won the ball back. All right, they both got booked. Didn't get sent off. That was a big thing.
Yeah.
And the North London derby, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because it'd be
I
quite
was scared.
easy.
If I was honest, I was scared. When that in the first half, Udogie, Sarr, Basuma, I thought one of them is going to go off.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not going to be able to hold Arsenal and actually keep them on the field at the same time. So that was a positive, I think. Them staying on the
Well,
field.
here's the thing. If there's one Arsenal player that we miss so much, guess who? It's Martinelli. Because I know Declan Rice got injured. Martinelli didn't start off.
Can't be having adverts. Cannot be having adverts.
Havertz,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
Number 14.
Can't be having
Number
adverts.
14 in Kiaria. Yes,
The thing is,
Arsenal can't be talking about being tired now. When you get down to February, March, you start talking about tired games in the legs. It's one extra game. It's all you had. To be honest with you, in actually playing that extra game, you should actually have been more ready for the game against
the crowd
Spurs.
should get you over the line with them.
Yeah,
ones.
home game as well.
Advantage, North London derby, the crowd gets you over the line.
Yeah.
Like I say, we'll be disappointed, but on the whole, looking at the game, 2-2's fine.
By the way, up until 2-2, 2-1, he was hiding his emotions the whole time. We scored 2-1. Yes, celebrating.
Yeah, I was sat right in amongst about
What happened? 2-2. Suddenly,
20,000 Arsenal fans, and I had to just hold it all in.
this one great person. He's like, yeah, Finally.
2-2, I couldn't hold it anymore.
Shut up. Tony, we love him, though.
This is Troop's new best mate, by the way.
Yeah, Troops, me and Troops, all game, back and forth, banter.
So just wanted to ask you, just still early days, we know, but just based on how we're looking, how some of our rivals like Liverpool, Man City are flying, they won all their games. How do you think our season's looking?
City are there. City are there. I think there's a big thing between us, Liverpool. I think actually Spurs surprised me how well they played today. I think you got that. Chelsea, if they could put it together, but I'm not convinced. I think there's going to be a big.
You all right?
And Newcastle in the second.
Newcastle will crumble having the two games.
They're 3-0 up at the moment, yeah?
4-0.
4-0. 4-0. Wow.
No.
Game over now.
We're fighting for second. We're fighting for second. I still think this is City's league. I can't look past this not being City's league.
Yeah. I think Arsenal are a decent team. No doubts about it. They're going to finish somewhere in that top 3. But it's a case of whether or not, what are their ambitions? Are their ambitions to win the league? Is it to go far in the Champions League? They've got to decide what they want. On the team they got now, the squad, or how they're playing, they're not going to be able to maintain it all. So choose, do you put all your eggs in the league basket? Or do you,
But
try
you've
and
also
win
had, like, Arteta started the season, he tried Ben White centre-back with Saliba. He dropped Gabriel. Now we've had injuries. Gabriel's come back into the team.
Yeah.
There's things that he's trying to balance up, and I still think there's question marks over Arteta. I still think there's question marks to be, about his. I think, like I say, taking Jesus off instead of Nketiah. Nketiah was on a yellow card at that point. I don't know. I'm still not convinced on the Arteta approach. I'm still not 100%, if I'm totally honest.
I don't know. It's a case of what do Arsenal want to do? What really do they want to do? Good enough squad. There's no one else out there. You think about it in terms of Liverpool, in terms of Newcastle. There's no one else out there who should be pushing City all the way. Man United are a flop. Chelsea are a flop right now. So Arsenal are in prime position, but it's a case of, is Arteta the right man? Probably. You got one or two players lacking? Probably also. The likes of, don't single one out, and Nketiah, the likes of, I don't know, one or two places you just need to make sure that, you put the pressure on City all the way, because for them, 7 out of 7 wins or whatever it is, or 6 out of 6 wins, they are, you've got to keep pace with them.
Also, this is one of the City's best starts to a season in the last 7 years. I think it's the last 7 years, the best they've actually started the season.
Which also Spurs' best start of the season since like the late 60s as well.
Yeah, but
Maybe not after today, yeah.
Still after today, it's still like after the 1960s, it's still your best start of the season.
I still think there's a lot to come from us. I still think there's a lot. Like I say, when Martinelli's back, I say Trossard wasn't even on the bench today. There was a lot to. Our starting 11 was basically our best side. When we started bringing on Havertz and bringing on Jorginho, it weren't really going to change the game. It weren't really going to go, all right, now we're throwing an extra attack. No, Havertz ain't going to do that. Jorginho.
I think when you haven't got your starting 11 all week.
But who isn't? Like I say, who?
But you strengthened. Arsenal strengthened from last year, so I understand. You should have strengthened with the likes of Rice. So why does it feel like you're not as good this year as last year?
So Partey's injured.
But Partey should be. It's not as good as Rice, I'm assuming. So Rice should come in, take over his Partey, and you should at least be as good as last season.
So all right, Partey, Odegaard, Rice, yeah. Partey was injured for today. Rice went off injured at half time. So you basically got Havertz and Jorginho.
Yeah,
Jorginho's a Chelsea weed. Yeah?
Jorginho's fine, but
Havertz is a £65 million question mark. And then you got Odegaard.
It's just like,
This is what I'm gonna do. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm an Arsenal fan, right? Always. But this is what I want to say. One thing. This year and last year. Remember how close we were? Number one?
Yeah.
The whole time?
Yeah.
The whole time? So when Man City came here and they beat us, they won, right? That was not a 3-point game. It was a 6-point game. and they won a title. Guess what? Man City, spare team, second team, extra 11 is even better than any Premier.
But you're taking De Bruyne out.
Pep and a spare team and Man City. It's just like, unfortunately,
You've taken De Bruyne out of City.
they are
and
just
you've
going to
played
win again tonight.
Alvarez. Oh, what's his name? Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. And he's class. Like, City have bought money. City have spent
City
money over
is
the last
going to
7
be. I'm
years.
sorry, I'm an Arsenal fan, but
You can't
Good
compare
parts.
City to anyone else over the
That's
league.
too
You
good.
cannot compare
That's too
us.
good.